Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
I'm fine. How are you?
Hello.
I'm in a um, dark place because there's no electricity here, so you're not
Oh,
able
I
to see
see.
me. So I'll close the close the video. Hello, hello, Nehru.
Okay, that's fine.
Jai Seva. Good evening. Good morning.
Namaste, Nehru.
Namaste. Namaste, sir.
Jai Seva, Jai Seva.
Jai Seva. Johar.
Namaste, Namaste.
Sir, बोलिए.
So, K. Nehru is the main person, whatever you call it. So others will be joining slowly. Uh,
Okay,
but maybe we can start talking. He understands English. I'll be there to facilitate. But
thank you.
Nehru, why don't you start talking? Yeah.
Okay, you're sure we shouldn't wait for the rest of the stakeholders in first?
Nehru, should we
No?
wait for others, or you and Kay want to start, or
Just because we'll be making decisions about the course that everybody needs to agree with and be on board with, so I'm
yes?
happy to give them a few minutes to join us if you'd like. If you're comfortable with just Nehru and I talking, that's fine with me. It's completely your choice.
No, no, no. I was saying, Nehru and you start
Vega
talking.
bhai.
I'm not saying we can take all the decisions just with Nehru,
No,
but because he will be the main person coordinating.
right.
So
Okay.
maybe you and he get to know each other better. So there may be an opportunity till others join. So let me stop, and you and Nehru probably start talking.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, so Nehru, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me what your background is and what your role in this project will be.
Nehru.
हाँ जी सर. सुन रहा हूँ. बोलिए.
Hello, Nehru.
जी सुन रहा हूँ.
Yeah, could you
Good evening.
yeah,
Good
could
evening.
you hear what Kay asked? Yeah, I was thinking maybe you and her start talking, and when others join in, we can talk about other things. But just knowing knowing each other a bit better, you and Kay, if you can start talking. So she asked you about. Did you hear that?
जी सुन रहा हूँ.
So if you need me to translate, I'll be happy to do that. But means you know good enough English, so why don't you try in English, and we take it from there. So, Kay, maybe you can ask the question again.
Yeah. Nehru, I just want to learn a little bit about you. So tell me about your background and tell me about what your role in the project will be, you think.
Okay. Good evening, madam. Background. You mean? I mean, background is I'm activist in Adivasi activities, and I'm including with 2014 Gondi language standardization. I will start with CGNet and Gondi team members in our India, all over India team with. Now start. I will then start. I also the language standardization and language recognition and language practicing in our lives, establishing also our language well area worldwide. So we now interested with working our 7000.org. Okay, madam.
Okay.
Ji.
So if we take on this project, what do you think you will do? Shu said you may be something of the leader of the project team. Is that right? Are you also a Gandhi speaker?
Yeah, madam. Also, I am first our 7000.org meeting. Also involved that meeting. So I know about
I think I remember.
I know our 7000.org project motto. So we also interested with our 7000.org style of work, with our language.
Okay. Okay. Oh, so someone else has joined
Ramesh
us,
ji.
and then one more person.
Okay, Ramesh Kasaji. Ramesh Kasaji, welcome.
Hello, thank you
Ganesh
for
ji,
joining
welcome.
us.
వెల్కమ్ ఒకసారి పరిచయం చేసుకోండి గణేష్ జీ आप भी परिचय
Thank you. Jai Shiva, all of you.
Is this everybody, or are there more people that we're waiting for?
Yeah.
This is everybody?
Hello.
No, there will be more coming in, okay, but like Nehru, Ramesh, who has just joined, he took the role of organizing the whole thing in last, say, 5-6 years, as Nehru was just saying. They started work in 2014.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much time Ramesh have these days, but like Nehru, Ramesh can be the organizer or the person who coordinates. So Ramesh, hello. Maybe you and Kay can start talking while others are joining in.
Can you guys tell me exactly how many people are we waiting for? How many people are on the team?
Nehruji has circulated this message, and we are expecting more people to join, I think. So yeah, so it was communicated all to join at 7:30. Yeah. Am I audible?
Do you know how many? Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. I think last time there were about 100 people, right, in the introductory meeting.
Yeah, so it's important that there's maybe no more than 10 people. We only want our stakeholders, only the people immediately involved in the project.
Yeah, I think so. Nehru ji must have communicated to less number of people. And we should be starting in couple of
అదే మొన్న
minutes.
15,000 అందాయి కదా మిగతాది ఇప్పుడు కొట్టేస్తాను.
And what will be important, Kay, that if there are people from every state, as we discussed last time, that Gondi is spoken in at least 6 Indian states, and there are variations in each of the state Gondi. And in the last time, they were very keen that it should be one course or a standard course, rather than a different course for different Gondi. So Nehru has been talking to people from different states, I know. At the moment, I can see people from Ganesh ji and Sode Srinu. I don't know both of them. So Nehru, you will have to tell who all are joining today, and will there be people from every state, or how are we doing today's meeting? Because we need to take this forward now. Yeah, so there needs to be, as Kay is saying, there needs to be smaller team representing all the states, who will be actually taking the task of A, B, C, doing this, and with timeline. So
we'll have to figure that out today.
Maybe you can explain a bit, Nehru.
Sir, okay.
If it's easier, I can sort of list what roles we need, and you can tell me who's going to fulfill those, if that's simpler. Whatever's easier for you.
Sir, today I joined every state serious representative members joining soon. But now Ganesh ji is Maharashtra representative. सोडे श्रीनु आंध्रा से आया है. अभी हमारा शैताली जी भी जुड़ा है हमारे साथ. शी इज छत्तीसगढ़, now in residence in Chhattisgarh, is representing Madhya Pradesh. Ramesh Kasa ji also our coordinator. Our other state members joined soon. we should start then 16 or 15-16 minutes then is also joining. After we talk about work, our sheet इसका कर सकते हैं.
Okay. Okay, so we're about 10 minutes in, so we have about 35 minutes left. So I'm going to dive into the questions that I sent along in the email when we prepared for this meeting so that we can start figuring out all of our most important information, and we can also decide whether or not you're ready to actually move forward with the project. So one of the things that we will need to agree upon is licensing and content ownership, things like that. We have it written up, and I will send it to you guys and let everybody take a look. And you guys can let me know if you have any questions or if you would like to change anything. But that will be later on.
Okay,
So,
can I ask you to stop, Ramesh? Maybe you need to translate. I don't know if everybody is understanding. So, Ramesh, can you briefly tell what Kay said?
I can go back and do it simpler and slower also. So let's just start with identifying who all of our stakeholders are. Yeah. So let's see. So who is our project lead? Who is in charge of organizing and talking to me?
सो नेहरू जी एंड साथी केली बोल रही है कि वो कोऑर्डिनेटर का नाम बताते हुए परिचय बता रहे थे और साथ में कुछ क्वेश्चंस उन्होंने तैयार किया है पहले से, वो हमको पूछने जा रही है और साथ में वो उसके आधार पर ये निर्णय लेंगे कि ये आगे हम ले जा सकते कि नहीं ले जा सकते. Yeah, I think Kelly, I have added what you were just saying. Yeah.
Thank you. I get the impression that Nehru and Ramesh are probably our project leads. Does that sound right?
रमेश जी बोलिए, क्वेश्चन क्या है? व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन?
Who are our project leads? Who's in charge? Who will always talk to me? Who will always organize the other team members and make sure everything is happening? My impression is that it's maybe you, Nehru,
okay.
and also Ramesh.
Okay. Ramesh ji?
Yeah, I think Nehru ji leads the community and everyone. And I think he should be the point person, I think, since he has been able to also organize this group of people.
Okay.
Yeah. So Nehru ji, मैं ये बोल रहा था, I think I'll just add that also. Nehru ji, मैं ये बोल रहा था, क्योंकि उनको एक point person चाहिए, तो आपका क्या नाम हम सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं? आप थोड़ा बोलिए. मैं तो ऑलरेडी सजेस्ट कर दिया, लेकिन फिर भी आप बोलेंगे तो कोई और व्यक्ति हो जो उनके पॉइंट पर्सन हो, लगातार अगर कम्युनिकेशन करना है उनको, कोऑर्डिनेट करना है, तो कोई अवेलेबल रहे. मुझे लगता है आपने ऑलरेडी वो समझ गए ही होंगे केली की बात को.
जी ओके. ओके, हमारा जो कोऑर्डिनेशन मीटिंग में भी यही आया था. हम भी कोई एक पर्सन आगे आके कोऑर्डिनेट करने की जिम्मेदारी तो हम लेंगे, मगर बाकी राज्यों का जो हमारा टीम है वो भी इसके लिए सपोर्ट दे दिया है. ओके, करने के लिए तैयार है हम. हमारे साथ तो शेफाली जी है, गुलजार जी है, बड़े बड़े विद्वान भी हैं.
So Nehru says that apart from he being the point person and coordinator, there would be representatives from each of the states and regions. Yeah. So that could be the core and the coordinating team. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Also, let me see here. Okay, the other thing I want to check, are there any community officials who need to be involved in this? this situation is a little bit different than a lot of the other projects I do. In a lot of our projects, we need community leaders, tribal leaders, band leaders to sign off on things, to say that things are okay. Is there anybody in this context that we need to have sign off on anything? Are there any officials or community or cultural leaders, anybody that we need to say that things are all right?
तो नेहरू जी केली बोल रहे हैं कि क्या कोई हमारे बीच के कोई लीडर टाइप की व्यक्ति हो जिनकी सहमति बीच बीच में लेने की जरूरत हो, क्या ऐसा भी कोई व्यक्ति है जिनका नाम हमको सजेस्ट करना है या इंक्लूड करना है टीम में?
जी जी, ऐसा करने के लिए पहले तो शैताली जी का नाम दे दीजिए, ये भी वन ऑफ द कोऑर्डिनेटर, आल्सो वेल टॉक इंग्लिश पर्सन, वेल टॉकिंग इंग्लिश पर्सन, इसीलिए शैताली जी को हमारे साथ जोड़ सकते हैं। और एक मध्य प्रदेश से यूकेजी आए ना, MR यूकेजी, वो ऑलरेडी वेल वर्कड गोंडी लैंग्वेज के लिए अच्छा काम कर रहा है, उसको हम ले सकते हैं। बाकी लैंग्वेज गुलजार सिंह मरकाम जी को भी हम लेके जा सकते हैं, क्योंकि इसका विजन बहुत अच्छे जानते हैं। ये तीनों को पहले ले सकते हैं हम। प्रहलाद सिडाम जी को भी ले सकते हैं कोऑर्डिनेशन के लिए।
Okay. जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, थैंक यू। So Nehru is adding a few more names who could be in the role of community leaders. Yeah. So I think he will get back to you with a list of names, maybe sometime later. Yeah.
That's okay. And I don't even need to have a list of the names. I just need to know if there are people that need to give us the okay before we publish a course or something. So in most situations, that looks like a tribal council or a tribal government or something like that. So in your situation, I'm not sure if there are any sort of community or cultural officials that have to sign off on things. But if there are, I just want you guys to make sure that they know what's going on and that they're okay with everything.
Yeah, definitely. I think Nehru ji will ensure that. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I just want to make sure everyone's comfortable with what we're doing. Okay. Okay, so the other two important people or individual persons that we need to identify is who are our Gondi speakers? I know there are a lot of them, but who are you going to record audio for to use, or from, excuse me? Who are you going to take audio from to use in the course? Or do you already have audio recordings that you're going to use?
नेहरू जी के लिए बोल रहे हैं क्या, और बाकी साथी गणेश जी आप भी क्योंकि समझते हैं, तो उन्होंने ये पूछा है कि क्या हमारे पास ऑलरेडी ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग्स है या हम रिकॉर्ड करने जा रहे हैं? अगर रिकॉर्ड करने जा रहे हैं तो कौन रिकॉर्ड करेंगे, ये सवाल वो।
रमेश जी, और छत्तीसगढ़ से गंगा जी भी है, सुकमा एरिया से, बाकी लोग नया आया था। ओके, महाराष्ट्र से गणेश जी, छत्तीसगढ़ से गंगा जी है, आंध्र से सोडे और मैं हूँ। ओके, अभी जो क्वेश्चन के लिए आंसर क्या है कि CGNet के पास कुछ रिकॉर्डिंग्स है। खुद हम अभी रिकॉर्डिंग करवाने के लिए हम इस टीम ही रिकॉर्डिंग करने का जिम्मेदार जरूर लेने के लिए तैयार है, क्योंकि पहले मीटिंग में ही ये रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए क्वेश्चन आया था, उसका वर्किंग स्टाइल कैसा वर्क करना है, उसमें ये क्वेश्चन में आंसर आया था 7000.org से साथ। इसलिए हम अभी रिकॉर्डिंग करके लैंग्वेज को जाने के लिए भी हम तैयार हैं।
So there are already a set of recordings available with CGNet Swara, and apart from that, there would be sessions of fresh recordings based on the requirement. Yeah. So that would be ensured. Yeah.
Okay, and you know who the people are that you're going to record are? Or see, in most situations, there aren't many speakers. But obviously in this situation, we have plenty of speakers. So you guys are sure that you have the speakers in line to make the audio. That's all we want to make sure of.
Yeah, okay. There are speakers and they have identified. Yeah, definitely. There are some experts in the team. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, last one. Who are our tech people? Do you have people that know how to do audio recordings and are comfortable doing audio recordings and trimming audio recordings and editing audio recordings if they need to? And also, do you have the equipment for that? Do you have a microphone that you need? Do you have the software, etc.? Or do you need help with it? Which I'm happy to help you with if you do.
I think they would have smartphones, but I am not sure if that is the right tool for recording audio. And definitely, we would need help with the software and recording tools, and so that is some part we would be needing training. I think, yeah.
Okay, so you'll need help with audio.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, forgive me, I'm just taking notes. Okay. 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 And lastly, the process involves inputting all of your language data, of course. So, do you guys know who will be doing that work? Because that is probably, so a lot of your work will be working together and collecting all of your language and organizing all of your language, and then you'll also have to input it. So do we have people that have the available work hours to do all of that, all of the inputting and all of the collecting and organizing and whatnot?
Yeah, since there have been some efforts to coordinate a team who would be dedicatedly working on this project, I think there are people, yeah. They would be having enough work hours, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okie dokie. Okay, I'm really glad to hear that, guys. It looks like you're in a pretty good spot. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is what data has already been collected. So I know you guys have had standardization projects that you've worked on, so you've already done some of this. Can you tell me if you have everything that if you already have everything that you need, or if you'll need to go and collect more language? Do we know that yet?
नेहरू जी या गणेश जी या और साथी बोल सकते हैं. हमारे पास अभी जितना जरूरी है उतना डेटा है कि और जमा करना है. थोड़ा इस पर आप जोड़ेंगे नेहरू जी या गणेश जी और कोई साथी.
जी, जो स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन डिक्शनरी का रॉ मटेरियल है उसमें उसके साथ अभी मध्य प्रदेश का जो साथी है उनके साहब के पास उसके पास भी लगभग 7,000 वर्ड्स है. और जो वर्कशीट मॉडल वर्कशीट आता है उसके साथ भी हम काम करके कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं.
Okay. So since you have had an understanding of the standardization project, so apart from that, there has been some other work in some part of Madhya Pradesh. So they also have a collection of words or sentences. Apart from that, if there are some methods of collecting words or sentences or whatever is needed for this project, so they would be more than happy to do that and rework on it. Yeah.
Okay. We don't have any specific way of collecting language. It's up to you guys what content you want to have. So if you already have a lot, that's great. You'll have more to start with. And if you need to add more language, it seems like you're in a good place to do that. You have speakers and people. Okay, so my next question is about curriculum. Do you have any curriculum in place? Do you have any plan for exactly, like specifically, what language content you want and how you want to organize it, etc.?
Available, I think that is available for that project, that particular project. So I think we would be needing more, I think, more content and variety of things. So maybe we should add more inputs on that, so that based on the requirements that would be done. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, so let's check in and about resources. So we mentioned that you guys will probably need some help with recording, and that you will probably need help with the actual recording software on the computers, and you guys might need a mic. I think you said that you guys only have smartphones, so I would suggest at least a set of headphones with a built-in microphone connected to a laptop for recording. Ideally, you'd have a standalone mic, but at least a set of headphones. So it sounds like we need some resources for recording. Are there any other resources that you guys need? Do you have the physical space, being like an office space or a home or something where you guys can do this work? Do you have the internet access that you need? Do you all have the laptops that you might need to do this? Do you have funding? Do you have the money to do this so that everyone can work on it? You know, if people need to, if people have normal jobs, a lot of time it's hard to put in a lot of work on a project like this. So is there any funding to help support those people, etc.? Larger question is, are there any resources that you guys still need, or do you have everything?
तो नेहरू जी और बाकी साथियों के लिए अभी के लिए ये बोल रहे हैं कि हमारे पास किस तरह के रिसोर्सेस हैं ताकि इस काम को हम आगे बढ़ा पाए. क्या हमारे पास टेक्निकल रिसोर्सेस है, जैसा लैपटॉप्स हो और कोई जगह हो जहां सब बैठ के कर सकते हैं, और इसके साथ साथ इस काम के लिए अगर कुछ पैसों की जरूरत है, क्या वो भी फंड हमारे पास जो भी हो, ज्यादा हो या कम हो, क्या उसकी भी अवेलेबिलिटी है. सो टेक्निकल रिसोर्सेस, फंडिंग और स्पेस, क्या इसकी अवेलेबिलिटी है, ये सवाल पूछ रहे हैं केली जी.
हमारे पास तो टेक्निकल अवेलेबिलिटीज तो बहुत कम है. फंडिंग का भी कमजोरी है, मगर काम आगे लेके जाने के लिए कुछ ईच स्टेट से कुछ मेंबर्स तैयार है उसको जिम्मेदारी आगे लेके जाने के लिए. हम काम करते करते उसका फिट एंड टेक्निकल एंड फंडिंग के लिए हम तैयारी करते आगे जा सकते हैं. ओके सर.
Because they have enormous support from the community, and there are a group of people who are really interested to volunteer and take forward the work. So
Nice.
I think they'll begin, and if there is anything needed, they'll. I mean, it will be worked out. That is what Nehruji says. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm really glad you guys have so much support. It's excellent. Okay, so those are all of the really big, important questions that we need to figure out before we can start making any moves. Are there any questions for me right now? Would you guys like me to explain anything? Do you have anything to ask me? Any of you? You can open it up to everyone, Ramesh, if you'd like.
आपके तरफ से अगर कुछ सवाल होंगे तो आप पूछेंगे, ताकि केली जी उसके ऊपर अपना कुछ जोड़ सके.
जी रमेश जी,
क्योंकि इस काम को आगे बढ़ाने की जिम्मेदारी ले रहे हैं. तो जी नेहरू
जी अभी बाकी लोगों से बात करवाइए, क्योंकि बहुत देर से सुन रहे हैं ना, उसका डाउट्स क्लैरिफाई कर दीजिए पहले.
बिल्कुल नेहरू जी, ये थोड़ा आप ही कोऑर्डिनेट कर दीजिए ना. कुछ है तो मैं सिर्फ ट्रांसलेट करूंगा, बाकी सब